beer, it's good for you.
Hello and welcome to my final video of 2024. Within this video we'll be reflecting on the highlights of this year and taking a look ahead at what we can expect in 2025. I'll be sharing insights from both my YouTube channel's journey and from the perspective of leading homebrewing companies worldwide. So stay with me until the end and you will see the new products that are coming next year. I hope you'll agree that this is a great way to wrap up the year. A big thank you to all of you for your continued support and appreciation of my channel. So let's get started. During 2024 I released a total of 48 videos excluding this one. This broke down as 11 new recipe guides, 14 product related, 20 educational focused and 3 that related to my 60k subs quiz. The goals this year was to release more educational videos and less product videos. I managed to do this comfortably. Last year I released 18 product related videos, which you can see has come down by 4 this year, and this year saw 8 more educational videos too compared. Here is a look at the 11 different recipe videos that I shared during this year. I guess most of us know from the Homebrewers survey that I created this year that IPAs, lagers and pale ales are the 3 most popular beer styles for my viewers. So this year I've been reactive to that and released 4 beers to the IPA style, as well as a fruity and hoppy wheat beer. I also released 1 pale ale and 1 lager recipe and plan to do more of these in 2025. I also decided to mix it up some and provide some other styles that I've either not done anything with before or I've not covered in a great deal. This included a clone beer, namely my Guinness clone. Please do let myself and the community know which of these 11 was your favourite this year within the comments section of this video, and also which styles or clones you would like me to create recipes for in 2025. I hold great value to your feedback and would really appreciate your input here. I recently held a poll within my channel's Facebook group for members' favourite recipes of the year, and here are the top 3 results. My Guinness clone won the top spot, and then in second place was the Next Gen New England IPA Budget Friendly Edition, and then in third the Low ABV Tasty Lager. People often ask me what my favourite recipe of the year was, so I'm happy to tell you that my personal favourite was the Next Gen New England IPA Budget Friendly Edition, especially as it delivers such a great deal of flavour despite the lower cost, but it should be pointed out that I created various New England IPA recipes this year, and this was certainly my favourite. In terms of products covered in 2024, I had 14 different videos covering from yeast to larger items like a new counterflow chiller, as well as other equipment like Kegland's bottle and can filler. More on this later. I have also counted my video that announced Kegland EU just recently as a product video. Even though the relationship here is indirect, I feel that it is fair. I could have easily doubled the amount of different product videos covered this year, but as per usual chose to be selective about what I cover, and my ideal goal is that products are only a third of my total videos for the year, which I successfully reached. I will continue this way of selection for 2025 by setting a high bar for products that I cover. For an insight into some of the new products to expect in 2025, stay tuned as this is coming a little later in this video. Let's now look at, in my opinion, the most notable highlights of the products I covered this year in order of release. 2024 kicked off to a flying start with Kegland's release of the new Tap Mini. This small-sized tap won many hearts and minds this year with its ultra-small footprint that is backed up by an impressive pour quality that makes it ideal for beers on the move. 24 was a great year for effective and yet cost-effective kegs as Kegland released the 4 litre and 20 litre Oxybar kegs that joined the 8 litre version released in 2023. The 20 litre version is ideal for both fermentation and serving, whereas the 4 litre version is perfect as a party keg for when you are out on the move. During 2024 I also put together a video that shows how to set up a great portable beer serving solution that used the 4 litre Oxybar keg along with the new Tap Mini. In addition to this, I also released a cleaning and troubleshooting guide for Oxybar keg owners. 24 also saw the release of a very useful piece of software known as Hop Control that I have been using for every brew ever since, that allows you to totally dial in your hops for recipes with precisely the profile you are looking for, along with all of the important details that allow you to optimize your hop use, leading to a financial saving where it matters the most. Used by professionals and homebrewers alike, this was an important release during the year of 2024. We also saw some exciting new yeast strains from both Lallemand and Fermentis, with Lallemand blowing everyone away with another hugely popular IPA yeast in the form of Pomona that I was lucky enough to have access to ahead of release, which led to some early shared recipes on the channel. Fermentis also bolstered their wheat yeast selection, filling the dry yeast void in the market for these styles. This led to my orange fruit hoppy wheat beer recipe with BW20. One product that sadly we did not see much of during 2024 outside of Australia was the new Kegland bottle and can filler. I can assure you that this will be releasing in the West in early 2025, and Keith from Kegland will explain this more shortly within a special section of this video where he talks about what is coming in 2025 from Kegland. Something very new that came to the US late in 24 are more beers, flash brewing kits, that certainly offer a very new and fast way to create a wort. I have some of these kits on their way to me at the time of making this video, and I look forward to trying them and reporting back. Now I understand that like with fresh wort kits, flash brewing kits are not actually brewing as such, but kits like this are certainly very popular as they present a quick route to beer for when there is no time to make a full brew, but you still need beer, but without the extra cost of buying brewery beer. For those of us that are in Europe, hold tight because these flash brewing kits could see the European market in the future too. Let's now look at what is coming in 2025 from major homebrewing companies around the world in alphabetical order. Brewtools have been hard at work during this year to bring you two new product lines in 2025. Firstly, a groundbreaking fluid control system is poised to redefine fermentation for homebrewers and craft breweries. The system offers highly advanced features such as precise control over cooling, heating, pressure, regulation, density measurement, agitation, liquid levels, automatic hop additions, and energy consumption. All of these features are seamlessly guided by a customizable fermentation profile tailored to the brewer's needs. This product is already available for pre-order and orders are expected to begin shipping in early 2025, while additional features like a density sensor, level sensor, agitator and pneumatic hop dropper are slated for release within the first quarter of 2025. The developers have focused heavily on building a reliable and robust hardware framework, while the software interface will initially launch as a beta version. Early testers have shown significant enthusiasm, with hundreds expressing interest in participating in the development process. This collaboration is expected to play a crucial role in shaping the future of the system. I will be receiving a sample of this system in early 2025 and look forward to sharing my thoughts with you all. Brewtools has also announced plans to release a new line of bright tanks in 30, 60, 120 and 240 litre capacities in 2025. Bright tanks, also known as bright beer tanks, are dish-bottom pressure-rated, temperature-controlled vessels designed to hold beer during the final stages of preparation before packaging. The term bright refers to the clarity of the beer, achieved through processes like filtration, centrifugation, fining or maturation. These Brewtools bright tanks feature multiple tri-clamp ports at the top and bottom along with side connections for a glycol chiller, allowing precise temperature control. In response to feedback from the homebrewing community, the design also includes a 1.5-inch port located at the back, just above the rear right leg, catering to specific user needs. Fermenters have been working hard in a different direction, with the opening of a new yeast plant in Belgium that they tell me is set to bring the standard of yeast quality to the next level. This new plant is totally unique in the world and offers state-of-the-art machinery, including production lines that are very protective against cross-contamination. There are also further quality control checks to eliminate any leaks or labelling errors via an intelligent camera system. Furthermore, there is a self-storage system featuring robot cells for automatic packaging, transport and intermediate storage. This is all highly impressive and is bound to have a positive impact on Fermentis products in 2025 and onwards. Grainfather during 2024 are focused on product upgrades, namely the G30 version 3 perforated basket with rolled plates and the Grainfather G30 hot plate, as shown on screen. Grainfather's focus these days is on improving usability on existing units, and they tell me that this will continue moving forward but are unable to confirm what will come in 2025 at this point. However, Grainfather would love to hear from you as to what you would like to see next from them, so please do let them know in the comments section of this video. As we have come to expect, Kegland have a great deal in store for us all during 2025. Now I could summarise all of this for you, but quite frankly there is nothing better than hearing about it from the man himself. So here is a short segment with Keith from Kegland that was filmed very recently, all about what Kegland have coming for all of us in 2025.
Okay, so 2025 is going to be super exciting for Kegland. Firstly, I'm shooting actually from the Kegland Netherlands new distribution center, making it a lot easier for us to get a lot of new product into Europe really quickly. But I should say 2025 has got a lot of new product releases on the horizon as well. We've already got a couple of them which have come out in Australia, things like our Mark V regulator, which just sort of got launched in Australia, been selling out for a number of months now. So that'll very soon come into Europe. I've also got the Canon bottle filler. I have to say sorry, I know a lot of people have been asking for that one. We're getting a lot of emails about when that's coming out overseas, but we've been a little bit slow because we've been struggling to keep on top of the demand in Australia, but we're scaling up production for the Canon bottle filler at the moment, so we'll be shipping a lot more of those overseas in the imminent future in early 2025. We've also got some other really cool stuff, like we've got this new keg level sensor, so it fits into the top of a keg lid and tells you how much beer you've got left in the keg. So that's going to be something that comes out. It's very battery efficient. We know that we're going to be able to go at least 18 months or longer before either needing to recharge or replace the batteries in it. And then that can relay using a low energy Bluetooth signal onto your kegerator or something else, where you can basically check the the keg level on some type of heads up display. So really exciting new product. We've also got the wrapped spunning valve and regulator. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1, can be used to regulate pressure into a pressure vessel like a fermenter, or out of a fermenter if you're wanting to retain some spunning pressure, inside the fermenter. It's another really cool device, and that'll sort of work well with the wrap chambers and the other sort of wrapped ecosystem, I guess. We've got another cool product, which is the benchtop kegerator. So that's one which basically is just going to be about sort of yay big, fits on a standard like kitchen bench. So that way, if you want to have a kegerator but can't quite get the sign off from the partner to take up a whole lot of floor space in your kitchen or living room or whatever, this just sits on the bench, small enough to fit in 2 4-litre oxybar kegs or a couple of the stainless steel mini kegs in there. It's got 2 little Nucatap minis on the front as well. So really cool device. We're actually going to bring out 2 different models of those. One which is just a kegerator just for cooling and keg dispensing, but there's actually another model we got in the pipeline as well, which will have a little heating function as well. So if you did want to use it to ferment a really small batch of beer, you could do that too. So that's another really cool thing. We've also got a really cool range of distilling products on the horizon. I'm not going to talk about the Polyphenex, that's a whole nother one for another video, but the Air Still, super exciting product. So we've got these new Air Stills, which are kind of a little bit like Air Stills you may be familiar on the market already, except our one will be really versatile. So it will be able to attach, for instance, to the stock standard small boiler. So it'll be sold with a boiler which is around about 6 litres in size. But if you want to upgrade that, you can also whack it on top of a 30, 60 or 100 litre Bruzilla, for instance, or whack it on top of a Digiboil and extend that boil capacity. But it's also got flexibility in other respects as well. So for instance, it's got a fairly small column in the Air Still body, similar to the other Air Stills that are out there now, but you can kind of extend that column externally to the Air Still. So I think that's a super exciting product for people who maybe have done a bit of beer brewing but want to sort of dabble a little bit in distillation as well. So another cool product. Also the Imprescence range of essences. We've got heaps of those which we've been selling in Australia now and haven't shipped any overseas yet, but some of those are really cool. And some of the essences you can't really get anywhere else either. So things like Aperol and Campari, some people really struggle to make that at home with any of their current essences, but we've got some really products like that. So if you want to do an Aperol spritz for summer, nothing better than just using an essence, so you can really make a easy essence in that way. We've also got the wrapped half-size chamber, or the chamber mini. So a little bit like our large chamber, except it's essentially half the size. So it's only 1 metre high, taking a fairly small footprint on the floor. So it's about 55 centimetres wide. Kind of looks like a little small bar fridge, I suppose. Then you can put a fermenter in there, or kegs in there, for instance. You can use it for keg conditioning, for instance. You can fit most of the Firmzilla models in there and then be able to do a batch. But one of the beauties about being 1 metre high is you can also double stack them. So if you're really tight for floor space, what you can do is put one on top of the other, making a stack of 2 metre high of these 2 chambers. And that way you could have, like, let's say a 60 litre all-rounder in the base, and then be fermenting a 60 litre batch of beer, and then you could have, kegs stored above and then put some taps through the door. So you could basically have a combination where you hardly take up any floor space, but then you've got your whole, beer taps and fermenting whole situation set above each other. Then you can use one for fermenting, one for keg dispensing, or both for fermenting, or whatever combination you want. So really flexible product, that one as well, on the horizon to come out in 2025. So as you can see, there's heaps of cool new stuff that's coming out in 2025. I haven't even mentioned everything, to be honest with you, because we're a little bit short of time. But look, have a great Christmas. Don't drink too much. Well, actually, no, do drink too much. Get stuck into it, guys. And see you all next year.
Now lastly, but by no means least, let's now see what more beer in the US have in the pipeline for 2025. As you can see from these preliminary renders shown on screen, a new version of the Brewbuilt Brew Sculpture is on the horizon. The updated systems feature fully draining bottom kettles, a digital touch control screen for process management, have a cooling jacket on the boil kettle, as well as tangential whirlpool capabilities, and several other exciting innovations that will be announced closer to the launch. So there you have it, plenty of great new products coming in 2025 for homebrewers, and plenty planned at my end to bring you on YouTube. Many thanks to you all for your continued viewership and support for this channel this year. It certainly means a great deal to me. I hope you all have a very good festive season no matter how you choose to celebrate it, and look forward to sharing my first video of 2025 with you all in early January. I do hope that you found this video useful, informative and interesting. If so, why not consider liking and subscribing? For further support you can join the channel's Facebook group, and if you would like to support the channel then check out the channel's merchandise store, as all profits go back into the channel. Until next time, happy brewing!